MGTOW dating. Are older ladies worth it? When you search for the word cougar, the first definition that pops up is an older woman seeking a sexual relationship with a younger man. However, Gibson claims that cougar was first used to describe mature women in Vancouver long before Demi and Ashton began dating. The term cougar was initially used as a slur against older women in Canada because they were seen as serial bar hoppers who took whatever males were still there after closing. There was a time when men who dated older women were called cougar hunters or something similar. Of course, there was no intention of malice, but it did imply that today's activities were not typical. Regardless, there has been a cultural shift that makes a guy dating an older woman seem more natural. The most significant factor that helped is also social media. Having the media on the side has been beneficial. Being a woman in their twilight years has never been better. Young males have many questions about themselves, the world, and their sexuality. They think an experienced lady can teach them valuable life lessons. There are no records of how many males, historically speaking, have been attracted to women of a given age. However, Western culture is more open to older women dating younger men. Maybe more guys are willing to date older women now that they know it's socially acceptable. As a result, the dating pool for women of that age is more competitive now than ever. You may be wondering if it's a good idea to start dating an older woman, have an older woman in your sights, or are currently in a relationship with an older woman and want to know if it's a good idea. Today, we'll talk about the drawbacks of dating an older woman. This article aims to give you an objective look at both sides of this debate. Then, you can use this information to determine if dating an older woman is suitable, or if you'd be better off dating within your age range. Also, this video is not intended to harm couples who fit in this demographic. If a man decides to be with an older woman than him, does it matter what society's norm is? What other norms must one conform to? Religion, social status, race, nationality, caste, language? We can pursue what our hearts want without invisible contentions tugging at them. Many people have shared moving accounts of how love has changed their lives. These accounts should encourage us to reflect on our romantic experiences, ignore warning flags, and keep our hearts open to discovering true love. But unfortunately, there are several warning signs that it's time to end things with an older woman you're dating before they get painful. If dating an older woman, keep an eye out for these warning signs of conflicting priorities. That's a long way off, so you and the other person will be at different points in your lives and careers. They are on the lookout for something. Unfortunately, the potential benefits of this alliance may fall short of your hopes. It is hardly fancy rum, but it may cause much trouble and discomfort if not appropriately handled. Another disadvantage is that you will always have an age gap. Her problems as an older woman are very different from your age. Therefore, it's essential to be understanding of her worries and make similar requests of her. The both of you should be understanding of the differences of one another. But if she can't handle what's happening and continue blaming you, you should realize it's not your fault and leave. It is always your comfort and safety that comes first. Yet to this day, men persist in their tug of war with women in the hopes of finding one to love and protect, while women look to their male partners for the same. An obvious symptom of disinterest and disrespect could be if the woman you see is constantly disappearing when you need her most and reappears when it suits her. You can leave whenever you like, my friend. There are moments when the woman you want plays mind games with you, just for pleasure, and other times when she makes you beg for her attention over and over again. If you wish to have an open conversation with her or try to persuade her, you'll have to seek her out actively. It's up to you to keep things interesting, even if doing so puts your sanity at risk. This proves beyond a reasonable doubt that she's teasing you for our entertainment. Put an end to this futile struggle and save yourself. I'm speaking for only some of the older women out there. Most of them are more mature than younger women, but if you see this sign, it's not worth it. Breaking up is tough, but sometimes protecting yourself with your interests is necessary. Please pay attention to warning signs and assess them before putting other people's needs before your own. People will form opinions about you. Some folks are bound to look down on you since you're seeing an older lady. While you have made many people happy, you have also found someone you make feel special and give you something to look forward to. People will always insist that age is about more than just a calendar. Sometimes they might even tell you how they feel about it. It's not uncommon for people to talk about the two of you behind your backs or take your relationship as an internal issue. It might come from someone close to you or total strangers who have no right to pry in your life. Significant factors will be how much older the woman you see is than you or how much older she appears to be than you. Many people view relationships as usual when the age gap is less than 7 years. Greater than 7, people tend to start making complaints. All of you are at various points in your life. You and your partner will be in different places in your lives. A woman's age is a significant part of who she is. As a result, their problems at their age won't be the same as yours. This is more common the more significant the age gap. Possibly their health concerns are not similar to yours. The issues that matter to a woman at age 30 are very different from those that matter to a woman at age 20, 40, or even 50. It's the same with their professional life and their bank account. While a 20-something woman might not be thinking about retirement or savings, a woman in her 40s probably is. The examples could go on, but the point is this. The fact is that you cope with relatively minor situations sooner than you imagine. You might have to grow up fast to handle problems that people your age and older encounter. Some of the baggage that comes with aging may be more noticeable in older women. Everyone has some baggage. However, some people are heavier than others. The desire for children may present difficulties. It's been shown that a woman's fertility slightly declines beyond 30. Having a kid at a mature age presents several difficulties that could endanger the mother's health. You could avoid this by opting for a younger, more fertile woman. She may want more from you than you can give her. To the older woman, please don't think I'm attempting to understate your awesomeness in this context. To clarify, we mean that some mature women will like dating a younger man but prefer a partner closer to their age for compatibility and maturity. There may be a lot of physical chemistry, but talking or any engagement that isn't personal can be difficult. On the other hand, if she's already gone through menopause, there's no need for birth control because she can't get pregnant, and there's also no more periods to get in the way. Even if she hasn't reached menopause, she'll likely have thought about whether or not she wants to have children and will have plenty of practice with birth control. Does this make her any less awesome? Having heavy luggage may be a necessary evil in the eyes of some, but it adds character to your present self. If she hasn't been through what she did, she wouldn't be the same person you're interested in. That being the case, does that imply that you must also take on her problems? You must be prepared to take on her issues if you plan on dating an older woman or any woman at all. While this doesn't mean you have to feel sad about her kids or anything suddenly, you need to accept who she is if her baggage is manageable. Problems may arise when trying to start a family because of the limited number of children a woman's body can produce. That's how things are. Depending on the woman's age, this may be an issue if you and your spouse desire to start your own family. It's normal to have fights in a relationship. All couples argue from time to time, and it's a healthy way to express differences and work through problems. Of course, it's essential to resolve conflicts constructively without resulting to name-calling or other forms of verbal abuse. Most couples can overcome the most demanding challenges with effective communication and a willingness to compromise. A woman in a few successful relationships is usually in a better position to advise on maintaining a healthy one. The insight she has gained will help her steer the relationship in the proper direction. Some ladies have a stunning appearance while they're young, but as they become older, they lose their shine. If you're dating an older lady, you can very much predict how she'll age since, well, she's older. Some people also say that there's usually less drama because they are older and more responsible. Long-term priorities are given more consideration than immediate concerns. When it comes to sexual matters, an older woman is likely to be less timid and more direct. She's less likely to put on a shy facade and hold out hope that he'll figure her out. If she wants sex with her boyfriend, she's more likely to make herself available to him. She is so less guessing about whether she wants to have intercourse or not. But again, not all older women are like this. Similarly, she has more sexual experience and is more confident in her preferences. She will tell a guy straight out what she finds attractive and what she wants, so he won't have to speculate too much. She will also be more experienced in pleasing a man and turning him on. Here is a comment from a man named Bart about his experience. I was in a long-term relationship with a woman who was 10 years my senior. For anyone thinking about it, here is some advice I have. Under no circumstances should you ever do it. Even if you're perfect and she loves you and wants to spend the rest of her life with you, she'll eventually start having psychotic thoughts like, for sure you will cheat on me someday. For sure you will change your mind someday. I am less attractive than girls of your age, and so on. With my heart set on proposing to her, I had already purchased an engagement ring. I realize now that that would have been the worst decision I ever made. Do not make her life more difficult by forcing her to change, Do not mistake her superior life experience for brilliance or uniqueness. Maintain a singular concentration on yourself while you pursue your goals of financial success, emotional serenity, the actualization of your wildest hopes, and the full exploration of your life. When you finally reach the pinnacle of success, you can locate a younger woman who has not yet been scarred by the hundreds of mistakes and hurts inflicted on her by her many former boyfriends. Another additional comment is from a man named Richard. Perhaps I'm the odd one out here. During my marriage, my wife was 8 years older than me. On our first date, I had no idea how old she was. She is childless. I didn't find out her age until after a few dates with her, but it didn't matter by then. After 34 years of marriage, she passed away. Although she's been gone for over a year, I still wear my wedding band. I don't want to date or marry again since I can only bring them down by comparing them to her. In a letter to a young guy seeking dating counsel, even Benjamin Franklin suggested he would consider dating older ladies. I've never been successful in relationships with women of similar age or slightly younger. Do what you can with the information I just told you. Remember that one of your best qualities is that you're still young. Dating an older lady is a serious commitment that deserves serious consideration. To what extent the advantages outweigh the disadvantages is a personal decision. Are you looking to increase your presence? In the next video, I offer 4 tips on how to make yourself more visible and get your message out there.